As night falls over the Skyrim tundra, a horde of Draugr led by a fearless overlord sally forth from their centuries-old resting place to wreak havoc upon a nearby settlement. With their settlement walls in ruin, a local Stormcloak patrol led by Iserald Thrice-Pierced himself take it upon themselves to hold back the horde and save the town. Can they hold back the horde long enough for reinforcements to arrive? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to this Elder Scrolls Call to Arms battle report. My name is Samuel and I'm going to be narrating and playing today's game as I play an AI dungeon delve scenario in solo mode as the Stormcloaks try to defend against a band of Draugr. In Hold the Gates, a line of walls splits the table with two 4-inch gaps acting as gateways. Adversaries spawn on one end of the table and the defenders spawn at the other. Pulley systems exist at each gap in the wall, which, if successfully triggered, will lead to that breach being blocked, killing any models inside it when it's activated. In order for the Stormcloaks to win today's scenario, they need to reach 14 victory points, which they can receive by killing enemies or completing oaths. They've only chosen one oath today for 2 victory points if they complete it, and that is to not close any gates during the entire game. The Draugr will win if they manage to get just one of their models to reach the Stormcloaks' deployment age. So let's take a look at the forces hitting the table today. But before I do, today's battle report is proudly sponsored by you. Did you know that you can save 10% off any purchase from the Modiphius store when you use code TabletopHub at the checkout? Not only will you save some money, but some commission from that sale comes to me here in the channel. Well, a lot of you have been using it, and the money raised there has enabled me to create this battle report for you today to the standard that it's at, from renting additional gear to the space that is even being filmed in, so thank you so much for those of you who have been using that code. So let's take a look at the forces. The Stormcloaks will be fielding 3 Stormcloak soldiers with their standard gear, along with Ralof, who is equipped with a longbow and a Stormcloak cuirass's armour. The Stormcloak forces are led today by Iserald Thrice-Pierced, who is equipped with an iron axe and fur armour. The Draugr are here to do damage as well. They will have 3 Draugr swordsmen and 2 skeleton archers making up their spawn pool, and will be led by the dangerous and powerful Draugr overlord. If I have any hope of fighting off this horde today, I've got to neutralise that overlord as soon as he hits the table, and I'm hoping my lack of ranged units doesn't come back to hit me later. So with all that said, let's get stuck into deployment. Because of the higher septon limit of today's game, the Draugr are going to be activating 2 models per turn, whereas the Stormcloaks will only get to activate 1. I'm going to deploy Ralof near the watchtower. Iserald Thrice-Pierced will start over this side, and then we'll just dot the swordsmen around the map. Equally, we will be forgoing event cards for today's game and instead choosing to randomly spawn adversaries from the spawn pool at the end of each round. Alright, so adversaries are going to go first, and they actually get to activate twice per turn. We're going to get our lovely Draugr swordsmen to move up. And we'll do the exact same with the other Draugr swordsman too. Need to stop them from getting so much ground. So Ralof is going to move 6 inches past here. And we're going to fire. We have line of sight without any obstructions. So we're going to use the longbow, which is... We're into long range.
You can't win this!
Okay. That's a critical failure. Perfect. So that's his activation complete. Our skeleton archer is going to go next. He's going to attack. Perfect. He'll probably go for Ralof, which is long range. Now his long range is 16 inches. We're out of long range, so I think we're going to have to move. We're going to move and attack. So we'll move up here. Either 3 or lower, which he gets. So he rolls a 2, which passes, and 2 damage. 1. So we've taken 1 wound. We're down to 3. All in all, not an awful first turn. First blood has been spilled, and unfortunately it's the blood of the Stormcloaks. Another Draugr swordsman joins the fight at the end of this turn, and the Stormcloaks need to really start racking up kills if they don't want to be overwhelmed. So let's roll for the Draugr swordsman here. It's going to be a move and attack, which seems to make sense. So he'll move into base combat. Now for the Draugr Swordsman, he gets a green and a black dice. That's pretty good. So 3 wounds. I don't think our dear old Stormcloak soldier is going to be able to stop this. He has 1 dice for his armor rating. Oh. So the second Draugr Swordsman, he's also going to move and attack. Outside, so it's going to take 2 movements to get in. That's his activation over. I think we start with this Stormcloak soldier and see if we can get rid of that Draugr. So we're going to get 1 black dice for melee in the Stormcloak soldier. We're looking for 4 or below. It's a critical failure, so we'll try again. And that is, yeah, he's dead. So that's 1 point to the Stormcloaks. He's close. I mean, these guys look like they're the closest. So he moves there. Ralof is gonna try and pull a Legolas here and see if we can snipe the Draugr swordsman and probably that skeleton, because those ranged attacks are really going to kill us. So we get 1 red dice in short range. We need 4 or below. Oh, we got that. I think we're going to be okay here. Can the Draugr swordsman deflect it? No, he's gone. Okay, that's 2 points to the Stormcloaks. And then we're going to try and hit the skeleton as well, who is within long range. And that's a fail. Pants. So he's going to move towards the objective, which is nice. Need a little bit of respite from that. We'll move this Stormcloak soldier into base combat and we'll attack. I'm going to have to commit Israel to this fight as well. Come on, Israel. Is that a 9? Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, that does nothing. Another skeleton re-enters play.
Things aren't looking too good here. While the Draugr can respawn, when the Stormcloaks die, they're out of the game for good. So this is really putting the Sons of Skyrim at a disadvantage.
Alright, so the skeleton can't move, so it's going to have to attack. It's most likely going to target the weakest opponent, which is the Stormcloak soldier. We're going to make an unarmed attack using the yellow dice because it has a strength value of less than 2. That's a fail, so it's going to try that again. And that is a success. So 1 damage. Can a Stormcloak soldier deflect it? He's gone. Unbelievable. So the closest opponent, so that's both of his activations together. All right, I think I need to activate Israel to take care of this. So let's attack once. That is a success. And skeleton's dead. 3 points for the Stormcloaks. So that's 2 wounds. He's dead. 4 points. I'm just going to move him up into the bushes where line of sight will be obscured, and then I'm going to end his activation there. So this time I'm going to activate 2 models for the adversaries. The Draugr Overlord comes in, as well as a Draugr Swordsman. It's not good. I'm not looking forward to him.
So Skeleton's going to attack the Stormcloak soldier, who is obscured. It's all of the dice. And that is successful. So 2 damage potentially here. Stormcloak soldier gains an extra yellow dice to his armor rating. Oh. And he blocks both of them. And the Skeleton's going to attack again. Which he does. And succeeds. Another 2 damage if the Stormcloak soldier can deflect. Oh, which he does.
The Stormcloaks are finally starting to pick up the pace. Ralof manages to pick off another skeleton archer, and Israel charges in to stop a Draugr swordsman in his tracks, taking the Stormcloak score to 6 points at the end of turn 4. The tides could be turning here. There are a lot less enemies on the board, which means the Stormcloaks can really concentrate their fire on the Overlord to stop him before he causes too much carnage.
So another skeleton and Draugr interplay. So Draugr Overlord's going to attack. But I think he's just outside 6 inches of Israel, so that'll take both of his actions to get there. Oh, he's just shy of base-to-base combat. So Stormcloak soldier is just within 6 inches of the Draugr Overlord. So because he's not in base-to-base combat, I'm actually going to get him to charge in and help out his fearless leader.
This seems like a really bad idea to me.
Oh, 2 damage with a follow-up. With another 2 damage and another follow-up. Another 3 damage. So 7 damage. I don't think somehow our dear Draugr Overlord is going to be able to deflect that. No, in fact, he doesn't even deflect any of it. Draugr Overlord is gone.
Well, it seems this Stormcloak took my commands to heart and just decimated the Overlord. It wasn't expected, but it's definitely welcome. So not much happens across turns 6 and 7. There's a lot of toing and froing as the adversaries try to gain ground while steering clear of combat. The Stormcloaks do try to take them out with Ralof's longbow, but unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with Ralof today. None of these shots are landing whatsoever. Israel does manage to take out 1 Draugr swordsman in turn 7 though for some much needed victory points.
Alright, Stormcloaks are going to activate first this turn, and we have the opportunity to mop up some points here. So Stormcloak soldier is going to go first. 2 wounds, which the skeleton doesn't deflect, so he's gone. And then for the second action, we're going to move. Alright, so both of the Draugr swordsmen are going to activate. So okay, that's good. That's a fail. And that's another fail. Perfect. He can't. So he's just going to move up to try and attack next time. Israel's going to attack this Draugr and see if we can get rid of it. It's nothing the first time. Nothing on the first one. That's 2 damage on the second attack, and he's gone. So the skeleton is solely going to move. Try and get to the objective. And Ralof is, of course, going to try and snipe him. He's within short range, so we get a red dice. And that is a hit for just 1 damage, which he deflects. And we're going to attack again for 2 damage, which he does not. Oh. So, skeleton and Draugr swordsman. He's going to move and attack. I'm going to attack the Stormcloak soldier that's been doing wreaking so much havoc. Which just feels. So I think the closest one is Israel, so we'll actually, is that within 6? It is within 6. Which he does not get. So the Stormcloak soldier is going to march across and melee attack this Draugr. And feels. Crap. They're going to move and attack, but they're out of range. So he's going to move there. And he's going to move up there. Israel is going to have to use his move to attack this Draugr swordsman. Which, yeah, there's no way that he can deflect that. He's gone.
And with one fell swoop, Iserald struck down the Draugr swordsman, which brings the Stormcloaks to 12 points. Now remember, at the start of the game, the defenders took an oath that if they didn't close any gates this game, it would be worth 2 victory points to them, which brings them up to the total of 14 victory points needed to win. This was definitely a close game, with both sides taking some serious losses, but one thing is for certain. The Stormcloak soldier that took down the Overlord will definitely be drinking for free in the mead halls tonight. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed today's battle report, and I'll see you in the next one.